Cancer, welcome to your intimate tarot reading. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to know why I read intimate tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined for you in the description box as a heads up. If you are indeed one of my Cancers who is very, very sensitive around the topics of sexual energy, sexual exploration, sexual identification, sexual specifics that can be very, very vague or very, very detailed, okay? No problem. I understand that sensitivity does exist. I want you to go ahead. Feel free to pass this one up. I will see you in a couple weeks. No offense taken. Don't ever watch anything that you personally do not value. You will take nothing from it. Tea's ready. But yeah, you'll take nothing from it. Never watch anything that you don't value. There's no point. And that's true for all tarot. Myself, personally, I understand sexual energy is important to us as individuals. Therefore, it stands to reason it can affect our relationships to various degrees and in different ways. A lot of people don't understand how much energy they do or do not have towards their sexual identification. Many people devalue it. Many people overvalue it. Okay? And most of us fall somewhere in between. The point is, I operate from the philosophy of the more you know. That's it. And I value all energy types. So I think it's worthy of looking at. You know? That's it. That's it, really. It's always a surprise to people how far their sexual energy goes. In fact, intimate tarot by far tends to be some of my longest reading types, typically because the energy is misunderstood. Sexual energy is very misunderstood. A lot of people spend a lot of time devaluing it, and then they wonder why there's so much chaos in their energy, because they're not in alignment. We all want to be in alignment with our love energy. We all want to be in alignment with our spiritual energy, our mental energy. But sex energy, that's not important. I can live without that. And then what ensues is what ensues. You know, I don't know why, but people degrade that sexual energy like it doesn't matter, it doesn't count. And yes, it does. And that's often the point proven. It just depends. You can label yourself whatever you want, however you want. You can minimize that sexual energy. You can really overemphasize it. But the point is, do you know? Are you aware? Do you see how it affects you? Do you see how it affects a relationship? That kind of stuff. That's why I look at it. It's important. And that's why I look at it. There you go. All right. Show me Cancer's sexual energy, please. Show me Cancer's sexual energy. Show me Cancer's sexual energy. I honestly never know what I'm going to see. Scorpios, you know, as a bit of a as it might have been, the emphasis was on true friendship, taking the sexual energy out of it for now, and just reforging a very strong friendship because there was true love there. Beautiful. But to anyone who was hoping for fun, sexy time, they were going to be disappointed by that. Pisces had a very strong entrance of a fresh new cycle if they chose to accept it. I don't know what I'll see for you. Frankly, given your love readings, honey, I really want that person, but I still love and value this person too. I'd like to see you consolidate your energy towards one energy that you know for certain, one person you know for certain, like that's my person. Straight up. No lies, Christina. That's my person. I'm going to go do special things with them now. That's what I'm That's what I would love to see for Cancer. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, I'd like to have some... Well, see, Cancer has some fun time at the carnival. Okay, I would love for that to happen. All right, show me Cancer's sexual energy. Unfortunately, tarot is not like Whataburger, honey. I can put in the order, but what I get back from the universal energetic output is typically not what we ordered, right? And that's the difference between, what was it, Rolling Stones? You can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need, yeah? It's true. And if that's coming from Mick Jagger, honey, then there's got to be some truth to it. All right. Come on now, what's going on with this? This is the Arcanium. Recently replaced it. I'll tell you what, I did break it in, but for some reason it's not wanting to shuffle for you. What's up with that? Show me Cancer's sexual energy, please. What, you're going to be a tough customer today? You think I can't handle a tough customer? Oh, honey. Let's see what you're up to. Show me that Cancerian sexual energy. Show me that Cancerian sexual energy. Show me that Cancerian sexual energy. Show me that Cancerian sexual energy, please. Oh, you're going to be a tricky customer today. You're going to be a tough little crab on me today. Show me that Cancer. I tell you what, it is not wanting to suffer for you. What's up? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you in your little dark too. You just wait. Oh yeah, sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes I'm that witch. I don't try to be a witch, but sometimes I can be. As I've said to some folks in real life, fuck around and find out. Okay, come on, Cancer. What's going on? Show me that Cancerian sexual energy. Show me that Cancerian sexual energy. Goodness gracious. Oh, you're being a little crappy today. I like it. I like a little resistance. Show me that Cancerian sexual energy. I cannot believe it. I thought I was having a hard time dialing Scorpio in. Well, you're just stealing the cake today, honey. Okay, what's up with you? Four of Swords. I'm resting. Leave me alone. Okay. And then soon you're going to flip that closed, or you'd like to flip that sign you have on your door from closed to open. Ace of Swords. You haven't come to terms with it yet. Oh. Yeah, you need to come to terms with this. Not impressed, neither are you. Honey, there's what you want, and then there's what's happening. I know you tell yourself you still want this, and that you're not ready for new. You are more ready for new than you know, or you're allowing yourself to believe. Whatever this is over. So, if you're already irritated and feeling sensitive around this subject, and you don't want to hear it, I want you to separate yourself from this message, tune out. Just because it says Cancer in the title does not mean it's for you, or even if it is for you, perhaps you're not prepared for this kind of message. Okay? That's the difference between watching tarot and actually being ready for the real shit. And if you're not familiar with my work, hi, my name's Christina. Real tarot is real life. Strength. Queen of Pentacles. Good. Good. Page of Cups. Obstacles. Keeping your heart open towards new. You're afraid of it. Page of Wands. You're going to try. There's something here that you refuse to accept is over. You're having a hard time with it. You understand. It's like you're trying to force yourself to accept that the sexual energy is over and that you're okay with it. You're not okay with it. And I'd rather you hear it from me and start getting some insight on this issue rather than rejecting it, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to reject it. You're trying to reject what's happening. You have been marked multiple times with new, and you're trying to reject all the new. The universe is trying to hint at you. Knock, knock, knock on your door. Cancer, honey, whatever's here doesn't want to be here anymore. Time to let it go. And you're like, no, no, no. Does the idea of new feel good? Mm-hmm. But are you rejecting it simultaneously? Yes. I got Scorpio energy here. It's either one of your exiting energies or one of your entry energies that is potential. I don't know. That's for some of you, not all of you, but it's very prominent here today. Lots of water. I got 2 tentative pages for you in the future. Your strengths are as the Queen of Pentacles, and your sexual energy is that you are comfortable with your body. You're a sensual creature. You might have some very strong earth in your chart. It's the idea of I need to be touched and experienced in a certain way. I'm a highly sensual creature. I'm all about that TLC. Okay? And P.S. I like to feel stable in my sexual energy. I want to know who I'm coming home to. Okay? And just because you know who you're coming home to doesn't mean they feel, or that doesn't mean they appreciate what it is that you have to offer. That's a fallacy. You know, I want to know what I'm coming home to, and that's enough for me. Is it? So I'm glad that you know that you're in touch with your body. Okay? And you are. You look like you're a physical person. Congratulations. I don't know why, it just feels that way. And you do like to be fed through your senses. So that means things like touch, taste, sound, etc. are going to be important to you, and it's going to be part of your love language. And it just doesn't feel like you are receiving those things. I got someone around you who says, yes, they're in a relationship with you, but not sexually. Sexually, they're checked out. Okay? And this person's sex is tied to their feelings, which is true for most people, which is why I read intimate tarot, so it's a case in point thing. Ten of Cups, the emotional rainbow, harmony. You and I, we're all happy, joy, bliss, house, kids, whatever. Okay. The emotional rainbow. My cups and yours. Eight of Cups. I'm not actually there. So their sex energy is supposed to be in here somewhere, and it's not showing up. Okay? And that's because someone's emotionally checked out from this relationship, but it's still, as far as I can tell, in play. There is an opportunity for you to have expansion of the heart. I see you blocking that Nine of Wands. In other words, you know a new opportunity exists somewhere around you. You're not ready to opt for that new yet. But death is here nonetheless. I do hope death is claiming that resistance, because it looks like by all rights you are struggling to let something pass that needs to pass. And I know you, honey. I know how you are. All your emotional constructs are important to you, and you want to keep them all and keep them safe and keep them precious to you. I understand. But we know life's not like that. You're very sentimental by nature. But sentimentality does not guarantee your present, and it most certainly does not guarantee your future. Sentiment is sentiment. It's not necessarily a strength to keep fighting for something that by all rights looks like it gave up on this a long time ago. But you have to know what's worth it, not me. All I can do is read the cards. Four Swords. In the recent past, your sexual energy was resting, quiet, contemplating. Four Swords in sexual tarot is masturbation. This is normal. This is healthy. I strongly encourage masturbation. It helps you understand your body better and what your needs are. The only time it becomes a problem is when I see a relationship dynamic and that person is left to fend for their own needs constantly. So fulfilling their own needs. So should sex be restorative and make you feel better and relaxed? 100%. Does it help you keep you in tune with your body and what your needs are? 100%. But the thing is, are you constantly on your own to meet your own needs? That's what I want to know, because by all rights, you're supposed to be in something. Show me that Four Swords, please. Show me. Show me that Four Swords, please. Show me that Four Swords. Show me. Show me that Four Swords, please. Show me that Four Swords. Show me that Four Swords, please. King of Swords, Seven of Wands. You're saying it doesn't matter. You can leave it behind. I disagree with you. Strongly disagree. Thank you for the honesty. I appreciate that, but I strongly disagree with you. If you have to forcibly tell yourself it doesn't matter, move on, then it's a problem. That means you're accepting something that isn't true, but you need it to be, because it would just be easier, right? You're doing that thing that a lot of people do when sex starts to exit a relationship. Well, it doesn't matter. That's when we get into that's denial. Okay. You either deny the sexual energy towards someone, or you're denying the other person's sexual energy as being important to you. Regardless, it's a form of blockage, and that you're telling yourself you have to accept it. That flame's going crazy right now. And you're telling yourself you have to accept it, and that you're tough, and that you can handle it. The sexual energy is blocked a lot. It's rough around the edges, and it puts you into a kind of cranky, well, I guess this is what it is. You know, just move on from it. Don't take it personally. On the contrary, I would think you'd be taking it very personally. It's one thing, you know, when the partner declines or they don't show much interest. That's normal. That's just normal. It's just normal. But when it gets to the point where you anticipate being shut down and that you should be okay with it and it doesn't bother you, that's when it becomes problematic. And that's where I see this Cancer having to meet their own needs more often than not. Okay? A little bit of drifting sexually is normal. We all go into different places and spaces. The idea is we're still united if we're a couple. But once it becomes a permanent state of residency, and that's not what you signed up for, to either have your sexual energy rejected constantly or to reject your person's sexual energy constantly because let's say you're not sexually attracted to them anymore. However it's going. I can't tell. It's a little bit of both. When you have to normalize it and accept it, forcibly accept it against what you actually believe, that's energy contradiction. That's fragmentation. That's a lie. And it's easier to accept that than have to dig into the meat and potatoes of it. So while your sexual energy is off with your person, you are still honoring your own needs on your own, okay? And that's okay. But you still feel like you're left hanging, okay? Because you are. But don't tell me it's not important. Yes, it is. Don't do that thing, oh, I gotta put on a brave face and act like it doesn't affect me. Yes, it does. Ace of Pentacles, your sexual energy very much desires something much stronger, something much more profound, something that is robust, something that has the chance to grow and to thrive and has meaning to it. You know, you're telling me that sex isn't just sex to you. You want it to have meaning. You want it to have strength of validity with that Ace of Pentacles. In other words, you still have a lot of good energy in you. You still have a lot of good sexual investment in you. You still have a lot of vitality in you that says, I would like it to mean something and to go somewhere. To have my Ace of Pentacles, if you will, appreciated. To have my sex appeal. To have my body appreciated. Like that. It's not about frequency, honey. It's not about, that's a common misconception. It's not about frequency, it's about quality. You know what I'm saying? If it was about frequency, well, masturbation for you wouldn't be a problem at all, because then you can just see to your own needs. But again, that's not what we're talking about. It's not about frequency, okay? It's about who and the quality of it. And is it lending to you? Could you go for aces? Yeah, you have 3 of them here, and you've declined most of them. And that's because there's a truth in you haven't accepted yet. Show me the Ace of Pentacles, please. Show me the Ace of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles, and it's broken. The best of your energy is broken. That's not fair. That's not fair. And the Knight of Swords, it's in a relationship. I can't make this shit up if I tried. I don't know what this is to you. It's bare minimum relationship. Boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know, engaged, long-term partner, marriage, I don't know. But the sex is broken, it's non-apparent, and it frustrates you. And the Knight of Swords, you don't know how to take action to repair it. And what little sexual engagement there is with your person, it feels rushed and has no quality. And you're like, I have so much more in me than that. I value quality sex. And it doesn't have to be about frequency. But what I do get from you, you're telling me, what I get from my person, Christina, it's rushed. It's not thoughtful. It's slapped together real quick whenever they feel like it or they give me a minute. Well, that is definitely not Bob or Bob's lawnmower. Oh my. I believe that was some military, we've been having those flyovers recently. Drills, military drills, things like that. I live not too far from, well, Austin has some military bases, let's put it that way. Okay, and overhead happens often. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. Yeah, no, it's what little there is here is rushed. It's not thoughtful. It's not provocative. It's not inspirational. It's job-oriented. I got to get in there and get it done real quick. And you're suffering from the quality, rather the lack of quality. It's not even about frequency at this point. It's about when you and I engage, is there still a punch there? Or is this just a perfunctory act between you and I? Because that's how it's coming across. And it's still under an active relationship. And it's like, you know, your sex has so much more value to it, and you want it to mean more to the person too. Ace of Swords. Show me this Ace of Swords. It's a truth, though, that you still have yet to come to terms with. It's there. It's lingering. Show me that Ace of Swords, please. That's the truth. Show me that Ace of Swords, please. Show me the Ace of Swords, please. I always seem to catch you in these states between coming and going, and I can never seem to get you in the middle. Ace of Swords for the Ace of Swords. Cold Truth, King of Wands, Passion, Three of Wands, and you have so much longing in you. You have so much longing in you that's beautiful and normal and natural and healthy and beautiful. I love the King of Wands in this deck. It's one of my favorite depictions of the King of Wands. Everybody thinks he's such a hot-headed badass, and he can be, but for the most part, he's embracing, warm, and loving, you know. Just a very passionate guy, and he can show his passion through something as simple as a hug to something much more outstanding, such as the actual demonstration of his passionate sexual needs. It's across the board. His warmth is his warmth. And you have such a beautiful longing in you. You don't seem to fully recognize how much you long for the truth to come to you in terms of your sex. Where's it going? Why? Why is it you're longing for? What is it you're hoping for? Oh, God, there's so much desire here. There's so much expectation for your person's sexual energy to get back into a place you can recognize it. You desire that a great deal. I know you do. There's a reason why you're refusing to let this go. And that you try to temper yourself towards it. You're trying to mold yourself against your partner's energy, I believe. Rather, what isn't there. And you're trying to tell yourself to be fine, but you're not fine with it. You long for the touch, honey. You long for the warmth. You long for the care, you long for the sex, but more to the point, the quality of it. Because the Cancer I'm looking at, you say, sex is a love language to me. It tells me that the other person's there. It bonds me to them. It makes me feel fulfilled in ways I don't really know how to describe. And I'm not saying I'm all about the sex, Christina. What I'm saying is that it shows me the other person gives a fuck. You know. And that's a lot of longing, and you shouldn't have that level of longing. And by all rights, someone's supposed to be here with you. And they are, but just not in this way. Why do you think you long so much for it? For the touch, for the warmth, for the heat. It's a truth you need to come to terms with, not once but twice. Ask yourself why that's there. Are you really longing for this person's passion to make you feel right? Or are you really longing for you to get back in touch with it for yourself? Something to think about. You might have some very strong Leo in your chart. Let's say this person, please. I'm not saying that they don't love you, but there's parts of them that are checked out, and a big part of that is their own particular passion. Okay. Show me that Ten of Cups, please. I say it all the time, honey. It's a very common occurrence. Well, we may not have these other things going for us, but at least at the end of the day, I can say I know I'm in this with you. And you know you're in this with me, and that's what you call clocking in. Checking in, checking out. That kind of evokes something similar. I believe I saw with Taurus. At the end of the day, they started to feel like a janitor to their world instead of the Emperor or a King of Pentacles. But oh my God, at some point they remembered it, and it was impressive. I was impressed. But I want you to get into that space too. And you can't force someone to love you in that way. You can't force someone to demonstrate their sexual interest in you. You know that. But that doesn't mean you have to conform to what it is that they don't feel either, because that's going against you. That's a lie to yourself. I hate it. This is so common. This is so very common. It's the only thing that really discourages me about intimate tarot is that this is incredibly common. I hate saying it, but I can't say that it's not normal. Magician, Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. They are manifesting, holding on to this relationship. Again, I want to say I saw something similar to Taurus. I don't know. I can't remember everybody's stuff, but the emotional relationship is here. The Magician, Two of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles. They're kind of saying, I don't know what to do, but I refuse to let this go. I just want a solution. All they're telling me is this is very rough energy. All I'm manifesting at this time is that we hold this together. That's it. And I want to know why. My primary thing when I read tarot, motivation. Help me understand motivation so I know if I can take what I'm seeing seriously, if I can take them seriously, your connection seriously. I want to know the motivation. And I can't take that seriously. I don't like blind manifestation. I don't know why I'm manifesting this other than the fact that I don't want to lose it. That's not enough for me. But for a lot of people, it is. So if that person is just, I want to hold on to this, and I'm telling the universe, let me hold on to this because I don't know what else to do, but I don't know how else to give to it, so I'm just going to hold on to it. It's not enough. Figure it out. What do you feel about Cancer? What do you feel about in the connection to Cancer? Does your sex still speak to Cancer? Does your sex even speak to you? Let's talk about that. Some of that Eight of Cups, please. I need to see this person's sexual energy because they're just telling me all they know at this time is that they want to keep the relationship. That's all they seem to know. But without much more conviction in any other direction. And that makes me nervous. Some of that Eight of Cups, please. Their sexual energy towards you, which is what that placement is that it's absent. No shit. Some of that Eight of Cups, please. Some of the Eight of Cups, and that's fine. That's fine. You can't force anyone to love you, and you can't force anyone to feel sexual energy towards you. But that doesn't mean that you have to accept it. Okay? And if you choose to accept it, you have to know that you are. That's a choice. You're not a victim. It's a choice when you're choosing it. I'm not talking about narcissism or abuse. This is free will activity. All this is free will. Your relationship, your sense of self is nothing without the power to choose. So if you are choosing to conform to this person's energy and saying that's just how it is, it's a choice. All right, Eight of Cups. Oh, fuck. You need to know that you're choosing this, and I'd rather you hear it from me. Five of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, the Fool. Oh, my dirty little liar. I'm sorry, that's a dirty little liar right there. I ain't having it. But if you choose to keep it, that is your choice. You know they're lying to you, right? This is the kind of energy that really pisses me off. This is the kind of shit that makes my head hit the roof. It's pathetic and it's low. I don't know what else to do, so I'm just going to keep it. And then I'm going to turn around and lie to my person and say, I still love you. And I still got the hots for you. They desire an independence. They have demonstrated many times to you that they have no problem breaking away from you and doing their own thing. They're saying they're with you. No, they're not. At any given chance, they're checked out and they're doing something else. They're fulfilling whatever it is that they need to feel on an individual basis, and they feel good about themselves. And they say they're giving to this. No, they're not. They're saying they want to keep it. Yes, they do. And that's because they don't know what else to do. And they're not trying to find out. So it's willful ignorance and willful blindness about how they're treating you. They are giving you mixed signals. Okay? They're saying they're in there, and they can't imagine anything else. They can't imagine being with anyone else. Yeah, I'm sure they can't. They won't allow themselves to. They're lying to themselves. They think they have the freedom and independence to be their own person, to be their own man, to be their own woman, while still giving to this, but not actually giving to this. It's a lie. I don't respect that kind of stuff. I don't respect it. They go off and do their own thing, and they see to their own needs. But when it comes to this relationship, yeah, I still want it. Oh, that's reassuring. Prove it. Because right now, they're not doing a good job of proving it. They act independent and free will, but they're not. And in a way they are, because they're actually not emotionally or sexually attached to you anymore. But they're still there. Not only are they still there, they're saying they still want this. That want comes from ignorance. I don't know what else to do. So they act like I bet they go off and do their own thing. And they're like, I don't have to say that. I don't got to check in with you. I expect you to not question me. I am my own person. I am my own man. I am my own woman. Yeah, I still want this relationship. I'm totally hot for it. But I expect to have the freedom to do my own thing. I ain't got to answer to you. Five of Swords. For some reason, They honestly operate like they're autonomous. Now, don't get me wrong. If you are familiar with my channel at all, what do I say all the time, guys? You should be your own independent person if you are part of a relationship. You should have a healthy construct of the self first before you try to get into a union with someone else. You should not be missing your other half. You should already be a whole person that meets another whole person. So I can tell that this person values independence, but it's kind of coming across as a fuck you. I'm in this relationship that I don't feel very good about anymore. My authentic emotions are not here. My authentic sexual self is not here either, but I'm telling you, both are here, but they're not. And I'm also get to act PS like my own person, like I don't need you. It's hypocrisy. It's bullshit. It's a lie. It's deception, and it's... So you get to choose this. You do. This is the Cancer I'm describing today, so if it's not yours, don't take it. You have a beautiful, authentic self in you, so I would just advise you not to be like this person. Okay? Do not be like this person. Do not mirror them. You have a beautiful, authentic self in you, and it's on you to discover it, or more to the point, re-remember it. There's a reason you long so much for human touch. I'm guessing they neglect you pretty bad. And then here you are putting on bra. That doesn't bother me. The sex has exited, or it's rough, or it's difficult, or it's sloppy, or it's kind of detached, or it's low level. You know that difference. And this is what God, back when I was in college, I had one of those friends. You have one of those friends? You have one of those friends? Okay. Where they're always going on and on about the same person. And you're like, bitch, you need to end that shit. It's because they just keep... And they burn everyone out. They burn everyone out. Family, friends, and you can only do so much. I understand. Oh, you're still talking about this same bullshit with this same person 2 years later. Okay. And it hasn't gotten any better. Big hint, bitch. Big hint. And then you get burnt out on them. Okay. Because they just won't stop. They don't want to accept the obvious. You have an obvious situation here, and you are trying to conform yourself to meet it because you might lose it. I got news for you. It's already gone. The best of this person's gone. So whatever it is you're trying to retain or hope that will come back to you isn't. And would you want it to? You're a filthy little liar. Yeah, I'm in this with you. Hurrah, hurrah. I still want this. But P.S. don't tell me what to do. I am my own person. You're not entitled to my emotions. You're not entitled to my sex. Both are true. But then why the hell are they with you? They're so damn proud to be on their own. It's a lie, honey. It's a lie. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You cannot say I'm in this with you. I still love you. I'm still totally turned on by you. And be like, but I'm also my own person. Leave me alone. You don't get to have it both. That's a lie. You choose to believe it. And I don't want you to be that person who's still going on and on and on about someone who treats them like shit just because you don't want to accept it. How someone treats you is how they feel about you. You don't get to say, oh yeah, I'm totally in a secure, safe relationship with Cancer. They love me a lot and they're really into me a lot. I can't say the same, but I'm gonna say the same because I need them to believe that. And then I'm safe to go do my own thing and completely neglect Cancer, my partner, or whoever, you know. It's not fair, honey. It's hypocrisy. It's bullshit. It's a lie. And you are still defending that lie. How does that serve you? You have, like I said, a beautiful, authentic self in you. You deserve so much better than this, and I need you to believe that because I get to turn the camera off and I get to stop reading the cards, and then my blessed memory being what it is, I will forget this. But you won't. You're the one who has to live it, not me. But anyway, going back to that, didn't quite finish the thought. I got so wrapped up in it. I finally had a talk with that friend. And she kept going on and on and on about emotions. And a good friend, too. She is a Cancer. So, again, values all the feelings. I can't let any of the feelings go. I got to keep all the feelings. And so she keeps them all in play without actually learning from any of them. Okay. So I had to put it outside of the context of feelings so she would understand it. I took it to sex. because that's a very blunt visual about her person. And I was quite me. I was very much me. And I said, you give him a blowjob? Yeah. Did he give you one? I mean, used to. Sometimes. Which one is it, honey? Used to or sometimes? I mean, it's been a while, but he used to. The last time he did it, was he down there and he was into it? Or was he making noises and unenthused? You know, not really into it. What? You know, I don't really like that anyway. And when you give him a blowjob, are you in it? Or are you kind of checked out thinking about the next thing you have to do? Well, I mean, I like to give him... He doesn't have to like to give me blowjobs. I like to give him... You see what I'm saying? The denial there about the inequality is like you take it out of the love box and put it in a context where people can actually see their experiences play out in the 3D. And basically, at some point, she doesn't know when, but she stopped getting that kind of intimate sexual experiences from him because he no longer valued it. He no longer valued her. He no longer valued her experiences. He no longer valued her orgasm. He no longer valued her pleasure. Big fucking clue right there. But she was still giving to him at a very intimate level with her enthusiasm. And it wasn't until she really started to see the inequality of how our love languages, not just our verbals, I love you, but the actual love language itself, how it was playing out in the 3D, that's when it started to click. So sometimes, honey, I know what it's like. You get overwhelmed with all your feelings and you want to keep them all in play and you want to honor them all. But here's the thing. All it does is distract you. A developed Cancerian understands that there are some feelings that are inevitably hard but must be addressed. And also a developed Cancer understands that healthy love is the priority. Not the shit that we keep nursing along, because that's what an underdeveloped Cancer will do. All signs have underdeveloped versions and developed versions, and underdeveloped Cancer will continue to feed the sick. But it never gets better. Never gets better. And you will do this with family. You will do this with friends, because you feel that you have to. Not necessarily that you're supposed to. So a developed Cancer will say, this is a hard cup. This is a hard love. There is love in this, but it's too hard and it's not deserving. Because I can just keep nursing it and it will just keep being sick. That doesn't mean it's any good for me or for that person. It is no longer my responsibility to care for this cup. That doesn't mean you love it any less. That doesn't mean you don't care about it. But you also have to understand your emotional energy is precious, and once you spend it, you can't unspend it, especially on shit that's not working out. Does that make sense to you now? Okay. This person does not seem to care about your emotional or sexual needs. Why do you think you're over here masturbating and then you're saying it's fine? Honey, you're trying to conform yourself to this person's standards by the rules they have set, spoken or not spoken, and you're miserable. And you have a lovely, passionate side in you that simply wants to be embraced and loved. Let me tell you something, honey. I've only experienced once, and that was enough, and that was years ago. Unenthusiastic partner was giving oral sex, and I'm like, thanks for trying. About 2 minutes in, I think we're done here. And I'll tell you why. That's as simple as it is for me. If you're not into it, I'm not going to ask you to be. Bye. You're not a fit for me, honey. I mean, to me, sex is precious, sex is sacred, and it speaks volumes about somebody's feelings. If you can't give a blowjob with enthusiasm, I mean, you're getting in there, okay? You are delivering some hardcore shit. If you don't have that level of enthusiasm, oh, honey, no, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. That's what I'm saying. So put your love language into the 3D. How is it expressing itself? How is it not expressing itself? Why do you always feel like you're alone? Why do you always feel like your needs aren't being met? Why do you long for the passion? Because your partner leaves you in a state of longing, baby. That's why. There you go. I had this. I'm sorry. I just don't want to see this again for you, where your emotions for something are dragging out and dragging out because you don't want to accept what's here. I don't want that for you. I don't. You cannot help that someone's lying to you, but you can help if you accept it. You can help that. That is within your control. And I see you conforming, trying to conform really hard to their standards. And why? 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 Just so you can get some sloppy, unthoughtful, detached sex? The fuck? Feeling too. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. I'm very passionate. We should all know this by now. And if you don't, hi. Welcome to the channel. My name's Christine. I'm a little different and happy to be so. Some of that Ace of Cups, please. I actually give a shit about my collectives, and so I get very involved. There you go. Oh, Lord, the communication's flying in today. I must have said something very naughty. I told that to someone else the other day. When I filmed from my phone, so when I see messages and things flying in, I'm like, ooh. I must have been a bad girl. I must have said something naughty because the communications are flying in. I am who I am. Who are you? Mm-hmm. Show me that Ace of Cups, please. Four of Swords. There it is again, motherfucker. God dang it. You keep showing it patience. You keep showing it patience. Bless you. You keep showing it patience. You're recognizing the Ten of Cups as well. They're not... Let me make this clear. They're manifesting holding on to this because they don't know what else to do. And then they take off and act like they're their own person. They lie about their feelings towards you, and they lie about their sexual energy towards you. They say they still want it. It's a lie. You are doing your level best to believe it. You're losing heart for that, though. With the Page of Swords, the Four of Swords, you have started to realize that you seem to be, when it comes time for your intimate energy to express itself, you find yourself on your own more often than not. But you still are holding out hope for that Ten of Cups. Again, the emotional value. It's kind of like, I can still have heart, Ace of Cups, for this relationship, so long as I know that there's emotional quality in here. Is there emotional quality in this, Cancer? Okay, let's switch it up. Oh, you are hardcore, man. You're putting up your Nine of Wands for this. The resistance, there's also a lot of sexual frustration in you at this point. Show me that Nine of Wands, please. 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 Oh. I'm just smiling and reflecting. Yeah, I can be that blunt in this. It's like, honey, it's a sexual experience. Ugh. I don't fake. I don't do that. Sorry. No. We don't fake. So if it's a no, it's like, you know what? Yeah. You're clearly not comfortable with this. You're inexperienced, or I'm not doing it for you. Regardless, I don't have so much ego that I don't know how to exit this situation. Bye. Because think about it. We don't want to experience something like that during our intimate moments, so many people will just put up with it and hope that it was okay. Fuck that. Tell me, no, I'm sorry, life is too short for a fake orgasm. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Okay, show me that Nine of Wands, please. But oh yeah, it gets some. You know what's up. For some of you who have had those moments where you're like, no. Put in the comments. I dare you. It's wonderful being your authentic self, yeah? Even your most intimate moments, because it tells you unequivocally where it is that you stand. And that's a beautiful thing. That means your absence your ability to put up with bullshit in somebody's absence is non-negotiable, and that's beautiful. I wish more people did it. I do. Look at this. Eight of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Four, motherfucker. I'm telling you, the reason you still have your defenses up and you're still holding out for this is that you are believing. You are believing this. You're believing them. And you're saying friendship first. You're starting to understand, and it's a difficult understanding, I grant you. That's not an easy thing to come to terms with. But this person has emotionally checked out, and it feels a little bit too friendly on the sexual level and on the emotional level, but you are still defending it. They're still holding on, and you're still allowing them to hold on. It's like you still feel you need to believe them. But that's undeniable, honey. That's undeniable. They're holding on. They're using the basic, well, we're really good friends at the heart of all this. Does the love and the sex really count, Cancer? Yes, it fucking does. Of course it fucking does. You and I will always be friends where it counts. We know how to cooperate. We know how to get along. Isn't that worth holding on to? No, it isn't. Friendship is friendship. Lovers are lovers, spouses are spouses, boyfriend is boyfriend, girlfriend is boyfriend, and we're all sex inclusive. I don't give a shit. Boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't care. The point is, what you agree to is what you agree to, and it either works for you both or it doesn't. And this person is really wanting you to push you into this dynamic and to accept it, and you are letting them try. You really want to believe that there is still an emotional rescue here, that there's emotional harmony. There's not. They're trying to change the rules of the game, and they want you to acquiesce. They want to be their own independent person with the sanctity of a relationship to protect them. And it's bullshit. I call bullshit. It's all over this. No. I'm 40 minutes deep. There's no way I'm starting over. There's no way. Death. There's a couple ways I can interpret that. One, you accept the absence of sex completely and that the emotional value for this connection has changed as friendship. Or you call this whole fucking thing quits. Show me death. I have to admit, this is by far my favorite depiction of death. Oh, beautiful. All of that. The white flower. Soft and unyielding. What a beautiful truth. That one thing might end so another thing might begin. It can be scary or it can be beautiful, depending on who's looking at it. It comes down to what you do with it. Show me death, please. I had a little nervous Nell the other day say, stop saying show me death. It's so disturbing. Show me death. Oh, bitch. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Rewind that shit. Did you see how my face just... Oh! Oh, so I got orgasm, honey. I'm having one right now. Oh! 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 You'll never see that again on camera. Oh! Oh my God, the release, honey. I just had orgasmic relief. All that tension, all the anger, all the frustration. Oh my God. I know I'm a character. And that's why you love me. Because let me tell you, honey, I am passionate. I can't help it and I don't fucking want to. And I'll tell you why. For moments like this, glory be on the mountain. Oh my God, you just pulled the spectacular rabbit out of your fucking hat. I love it. I am so proud of you. I am so proud. I've been waiting for this. I haven't, not just this reading, honey. In the general sense, the Cancer Collective has been building and building and built, not enough resolution, but building. And I know you guys have been building towards something and you've been building towards something and now it's here. Triumph. Yes. 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 You and Taurus, you guys have been the toughest freaking nuts to crack on this channel, but got there. We got there. This is done. Talk about, yeah, that was a huge relief for me. Oh my God. It's done. It's done. This was, I think right here, this was the critical moment, honey. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. The frustration. I thought you were going to put up with it. I thought you were going to put up with that. Because you were trying really hard to understand this without getting pissed off, but you got so leery and weary at this point. Right about here, when they're trying to tell you this is how the new dynamic is, and will you go ahead and accept it because we're friends at all of this at the end of the day, and this is why we should hold on to it, even if we don't have the feelings anymore, and even if we don't have the sexual experiences anymore. What say you, Cancer? You want to get on this? This is our new dynamic. This is the direction we've been heading in. So let's go ahead and finalize it. And for something in there, that's the fucking straw that broke your back, baby. You couldn't. That's not just death. That's double death. Okay, so in that, ooh, we ain't having it. Isn't she beautiful in this deck? This is the Casanova Tarot, by the way. Another one of my favorite depictions. But yes. Oh no, 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 no. In this, death sexy, baby. The Fool. Let this go. Let it be done. Let it be done. And you will open up as the Fool once more and take a new journey. I don't know where you're going. I just know it's not this anymore. So much relief. So much freedom. So much freedom. This doesn't fit you. And what it's trying to shape and mold into isn't you. It's them, but it's not you. That's who they are. It is not who you are. I don't know where you two started. I'm assuming you started from a place of love and integrity of your relationship and what it means to you both. And you both made commitments and vows in your own ways, even if it wasn't on paper. It doesn't matter. I'm sure that's where you start. That's where most people start. But it's not where you start. Sometimes it's not always where you finish. And you have to be so brave. You have to have the wherewithal. You have to stop allowing yourself to hold out for love that's not there. Just because you feel it doesn't mean they do. And at some point when they proposed, we just hold on to this because we're really good friends. Let's leave emotions and sex out of it. They still want to be their own person and still have this as their safety net. Fuck that, honey. You're not a safety net. You're not anyone's safety net. You're a human being that wants to love and to have passion in your life, and that's not a crime. But they have turned it into something twisted. But if you choose, and it is a choice, honey, so while I'm very happy for you to see this, it is a choice to continue to play along by their rules. Okay? You had choice every step of the way. You had choice to try to conform to this. You had choice to rest on it and show it patience and say the love is what's important. You're right, love is what's important, but what happens when it's only coming from one of you? Then how important is your love then? Because they're telling me they could give a fuck about the love part. We're good friends in all this. And I think that was just one shade too many. You couldn't conform to this anymore. You tried. So we went to being a much more developed Cancer here. It's like understanding I have love for this, and I probably always will in my own way, but that doesn't mean it's right for me. I can't keep nursing this thing. It's limp in its own way. So when I tell you I felt the relief of that, like a good orgasm, that's what I mean. Honey, I need to smoke right now. Seriously, I want to smoke right now. That's what that is. Oh, that's what that explains those tentative little pages for you in future. Oh, so delicate. That's fine. I'll take that. I don't care. I don't care. Go ahead and be a couple little pages, honey. I don't care. Just get yourself started. Just get your new life started. Just get your new life started, honey. Cheers. Oh, my God. And Queen of Pentacles. You know, like I said, you're a very sensual creature, and you do value stability. But you also crave a softness and love and the senses to be fulfilled. For you to be warm and embracing. You might have some very strong fire as well as earth in your chart, to be honest. Oh, some of you might be exiting Scorpio, and then some of you, your entry might be Scorpio, because they look one and the same for some of you. Oh my God. For some of you, it could be one and the same. Yeah. It's interesting to see doubles like that, but I know it's extra crispy over. Okay. That's KFC extra crispy, as I like to call it. Some of that Queen of Pentacles, please. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know. but eventually. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Swords. You've done more healing, but this time you have a much more determined mind. Excuse me, King of Swords, the Seven of Wands. You're saying, you know what? Whatever my needs are sexually, I've been fulfilling them on my own while you've been rejecting me. I understand that now, and I no longer find this acceptable. You've been taking my strengths and weaknesses for granted, and I've allowed you to. All that's in there. Very good. Very good. You got firm when it came to this person's energy, and you put the law down on their ass too. That Seven of Wands, you tried to. It's so funny. You're showing me repeating King of Swords, the Seven of Wands, King of Swords, the Seven of Wands. Now you're approaching it very differently, and you are now cutting it out instead of making room for it. Good. It's, you know what my strengths and weaknesses are in love and in sex, and you used both against me, and I let you. I put up with it. I allowed you to. I won't be doing that again. Very good. Very good. Very good. Oh, no. When we trust these people in our lives with our most intimate selves, and it gets contorted to fit someone else's agenda or where they are and not where you are, it hurts, man. It hurts to realize our person can do that. It hurts to realize that they can twist us up and use us like that to get us to be maneuvered in what they think the relationship, because this person has very strong ideas of how this relationship should be maneuvered according to their energetic agenda. So you two went off pages a long time ago. Page of Cups and the obstacles, keeping your heart open. It's a bit of a challenge. I know. I know. Somebody here has failed to have insight for a long time. Hanged Man, King of Pentacles, the love. Oh. Oh. What you doing? There's someone that you were thinking about readdressing in due time. I don't know when. The question is, if you should, you already know that you will. It's just when. It's not a question of will I? It's a matter of when. Oh! Oh, yes. Yeah, it's not who. You already know who. It's a matter of when. Oh, my. Yes. Oh, yes. We got a little lovers type situation here. I like this. Look at how firm your energy got. It got real perky real fast. Oh, my. Yes. Very strong sense of self and direction here. Look at that. Now that's a King of Pentacles. That's a King of Pentacles. It's the obstacle here isn't who. It's not who. It's when. Oh, you want to know when will it be time? When do I approach this? When do they approach me? You have some very strong aspects to you. Very interesting. The only time I see you become fragmented is when you try to conform your will against someone that's not working. That's the only time I see you run against yourself and your principles. Again, they have a very strong idea of how this relationship should go, and they want you to go along with it. And they're saying, just remember our friendship and everything we built. We can leave sex and emotion out of it. That hit you the wrong fucking way. For some reason, you've been... Don't get me wrong. They've already been displaying that energy, and you've been going along with it, whether you knew it or not. And then at some point, it becomes confrontational. In other words, you can't not see it for what it is. And that changes everything. Okay, cool. Double death. It's over. It puts you in the position of the fool to open up in a way that you want. You will no longer play into this dynamic. You understand how you've been left alone to fend for your own needs for as long time now. And that includes your emotional needs as well, for they were lying about both. Now, your Page of Cups, the obstacle, keeping my heart open. Hanged Man got my attention immediately. What do you mean, Hanged Man? What do you mean, Hanged Man with the Page of Cups? Keeping your heart open over what span of time? Why are you suspending it? Ah, because there's someone special in there with the Lovers, King of Pentacles. And then look how your energy got more comfortable. You know who that is. Yeah, you know who that is. Look at how you're looking at him. Look at how you're looking at him. It's like your hands got real itchy. You're like, not yet. Not yet. Kind of like that. Not yet. I like it. I like it. Look at the tension on that. But cool as a cucumber, don't get me wrong. But it's almost like, not yet. Like, I'm going to get back to you. It's almost like you're saying that to them. I'm going to get back to you. I know who you are. They, yeah. A little bit of a hottie there. Some of you. Look at how much more confident your energy got. It got so much sharper. A lot less confused. Lover's dynamic is complicated, yes, but it's very, very worthy for that reason. It's the mental bonding, emotional bonding, spiritual bonding, sexual bonding at all the highest degrees. Which means it takes a lot to earn it, to accept it. Show me that Page of Wands. Not just yet, the Hanged Man. Page of Wands, show me that Page of Wands, moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. Show me that Page of Wands, please, moving forward, moving forward. Show me that Page of Wands. Show me that Page of Wands, please. Boy, he's looking at that Lover. It's just a matter of time, Christina. Just a matter of time. You'll be feeling well soon. Stop feeding the sick and feed your healthy appetites. You'll be fine. It took you a lot to get up to that space, don't get me wrong. I saw the frustration. And I really thought there would be no point to this reading. From the very beginning you said, nope, you can't do aces. Nope, you can't do aces. You want to. I think you are operating under the delusion of someone else's feelings that are not accurate or honest with you at all. I don't. Why else would you stay, honey? Why else would you put up with this? Why else would you allow yourself to try to conform to it if you really didn't want to believe on some level that when they said that they still love you and that they still want this and they're still sexually attracted to you, you've allowed yourself to believe it, but you've had misgivings this whole time. That's what I want you to look at, as those misgivings. How come you don't quite believe them? Why do you always feel like you're on your own at your most intimate moments? And what little intimacy they share with you, it feels rushed and not there, like a bad blowjob. Ask yourself that. Because once you are free, you are free. Extremely free. Your sexual energy has picked up dramatically, but in the right ways. It's healthy. It's healthy, healthily expressed and received sexual energy. It's healing. You are expressing to me, as I often see with some folks, the proper composition of sexual energy. It is bonding and it is healing. I agree with you 100%. Sex between two people should be restorative. It should be healthy. It should be felt. It should be expressed and meant. And there is such a thing as sexual healing that is real. That is very real. And you will be experiencing a lot of sexual healing after this is done. And you will truly be independent and free. Or this is the person whom you're looking at, who is Nine of Pentacles, independent, strong-willed, and free. I'm seeing it as you, though. I told you, once I got to that Page of Cups, your energy took a sharp turn into definition, strength, perception of self, stability, resourcefulness, but with a very strong sense of who you are and what it is you're no longer going to put up with. You will not have your strengths and weaknesses used against you anymore. There is someone here you wish to embrace. There is someone here whom you wish to sexually heal with. There is someone here whom you wish to bond with intensely. There is someone here simply you wish to love and combine your body with in a beautiful way, in a respectful way, in the correct ways. They are all by rights a lover, a strong one. You know who they are. You're looking at them. And for some reason, it's a matter of time. You said that there's a delay here. You're taking your time. I don't know why, but it's your choice. That's fine. You've done a lot of work. You did all the heavy lifting. So if you need some space, and this is normal, very much so for Scorpio, but with water signs, I hope as well, in the general sense, it's different. Pisces, not so much. They don't have so much time in between. And Cancer, honey, it can really come down to how you feel, okay, and your emotional sense of security that will dictate how fast you move or not. Scorpio moves a little slower. Fixed water. What are you going to do? So, but when you get to that point where you're comfortable, there is a strong connection here that you'll become reacquainted with when the time is right. You don't seem to have any confusion about that at all. And you will heal with them gloriously and vigorously, I might add, in all the right ways. Where it goes from after that, I don't care. The immediate energy suggests it's healthy, it's on point, and two people are interacting the way that they should or supposed to. That is emotionally and sexually and spiritually healthy. That's all I care about. And it's beautiful. I just know it's after you understand this is over and no longer negotiable, that you cannot negotiate a relationship at this level if it's what neither one of you agreed upon opening, and that you should not be expected to conform to someone else's agenda just because they're too chicken shit to leave a relationship that they say they want but they don't, and they're lying. And then they expect you to keep degrading it to meet their needs. Fuck that. You have your own needs too. This is not what you signed up for, honey. This is not what you signed up for. It's not. I don't care how you slice it and dice it. Unless this is how you agreed upon entry in your relationship, you and I are just friends. We're going to leave emotions and sex out of it, but we're going to commit to each other for safety. Unless you two agreed upon that, then the contract is now null and void. At the emotional level, at the sexual level, and at the spiritual level, you are no longer obligated to fulfill whatever this is. So when you get to this, you will be ready. Your energy will be on point, and it looks like it's well received. I don't know, but the strongest indicator by far, I can't get a timing on it. All I know is it hinges on this ending that I had borderline orgasm for. Oh my God, that felt so good. Oh, thank you. Know when to call it quits, honey. You've got to know when to call it quits, even if it hurts, especially if it hurts. More so if it hurts. Yeah, I don't want you to get used to pain, because then you'll just keep accepting it. Pain, distance, rejection. This is not love. It is the absence of love. January. I don't think it was last January. I think upcoming January might be interesting. I was focusing on death. That in and of itself is winter energy. Winter energy, yes. Things happen sooner when you focus on the energy that's before you. 100% agree. People get so obsessed with timelines. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to do time checks as much as anymore. Things happen when you allow them to, and you allow yourself to see things as they are, the way they are. When you stop rejecting reality and you start accepting it, that's when your timeline starts to shift. So if you want to know when this is over, it depends on how much insight you're willing to have about the situation, to put it bluntly. But yes, for some of you, that's a I told you next year for some of you. And again, I was focusing on death. Next year. It could be the beginning of the end, in which case you still have to bank on more time to complete a cycle. It takes time, baby. It takes time to complete a cycle and then also recover from it. But yes, this all happens faster the sooner you get into that place of, I gotta stop rejecting reality and accepting it. And I don't know when that the straw that's gonna break your particular camel's back, I don't know. But it was one thing too many. I think it was the reality you needed, though, to get you out of this. Maybe there's still hope thing. Not the right time yet. This one. I said it's not the right time. You already told me that. You had your hands together like this. And time. Time. You have patience on this particular subject. I don't know why. It's interesting. Because you are staying positive about this one. You know the success of this is riding on the completion of this. That's why I think you're kind of going like, not yet. I know who it is, but not yet. You're staying positive about that. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, okay. Stop focusing on the timeline. Early next year is when I see you beginning the ending. And in so doing, your freedom. Congratulations on your acceptance of your reality. You're not quite done with it yet. You're still going through a I can forgive it phase. I can still work with this phase. That's going to go on for a while. But then again, tarot doesn't dictate shit, you do. It really comes down to you, honey. Okay. Wow. Advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. There's all your love right there. Justice for some of you, Libra. Anyway, I don't know why I said that. Anyway, Seven of Cups, Justice, the Fool. Yeah. When you look at all your feelings, this is exactly what we're talking about. You understand that some of them are healthy and that they are correct and just and they are worth preserving. Others of you have a tendency to nurse sick cups that have no intention of getting any better or taking shape the way that you used to recognize them, and you have to work with present lest you alter the positivity of your future. If you live for past feelings with somebody and you know they're not living up to present day expectation, you know what to expect for your future. Open up towards those feelings that are right, not the ones that are wrong. You have the sense of balance within you about what emotional reciprocity is, what sexual reciprocity is, what true freedom of choice is. If this... I'm sorry, I know it's not popular. It's not a popular belief, honey. I know it's not popular. There's roughly 2 concepts on love. I don't have a choice. I love who I love. I fell in love with who I love. Fell in love with. No rhyme or reason. It happened. That's true. That's valid. That does happen. There's also the other side, which I'm a little bit more of a believer of. Love is a choice. Love is a choice. And when somebody stops tending to that choice, stops caring for that choice, the results are evident. Do you want to be subject to someone else's lack of choice? They do not choose the love for you, or with you, or in the right ways. If they really loved you, honey, think about it. If this person really loved you, would you be where you are with them? Okay. Would you have chosen the same person how many years ago? But if they really loved you, would they be honest with you about their lack of feeling? Or would they lie to you? A lot of people lie about their feelings because they think they're saving the other person. Wrong. They're saving themselves. They don't have the balls to admit it. If someone, and this is where we get from love to respect, and this is why I understand love is a choice. If you really love someone else, truly, okay, in other words, you respect them, but you don't love them like that, you would be honest. So they could be free to pursue who they need to find their love. And they can stop living a lie, but they're being a coward. It's like they're doing you a favor. No, they're not. Not at all. Real love says respect. So even if they're not in love with you, they could have loved you enough, chose to love you enough to respect you with what they're actually experiencing. That's real love. Even if it's not in love. You understand? I agree. Being in love can hit you like that. It can make us absolutely insane, do crazy shit, make us believe crazy shit. The power of being in love is no joke, and it's one of our defining stories. No matter how many times we've experienced it, it can be a defining part of our lives, no matter how crazy, chaotic, or painful being in love is. Nevertheless, most of us don't regret it, even if it hurts. But the other kind of love, once you get past the in-love feelings, it becomes a choice. You have to choose it every day. And even if this person's not in love with you anymore, fine, that's not a crime. But true love would have dictated that this person be honest with you about it. And that's the difference between true love and everything else. It's about respect. Respect of truth. If they loved you, they would have respected you with the truth, instead of asking you to conform to something that you've never agreed to. Like they're doing you a favor. Fuck that. No. No. Being in love with it makes you crazy. This person's not in love. Okay, fine. But that doesn't exempt them from the other kind of love. The love of respect. There's something here. I'm so curious about that person. The way you look at them. A lot of sexual energy that is healthy and right and feeds you correctly. Very healing and very restorative. It makes you feel fresh. Fresh as a fucking daisy. Very good, very loving, very capable. God, I want to know who that is. I'm being so nosy. Why am I so nosy about that? I mean, it's kind of here, but it's not. It's a strong bond. Very strong. I told you. I saw it earlier with the Queen of Wands. It was underlying. It was underlying in this deck. A little hottie. Someone's a little hottie. Someone's a little badass. Someone look good. They take care of themselves. Yeah. They have an aching heart when it comes to you. They do. They have an aching heart when it comes to you. They have an aching heart when it... You know this. They have an aching heart when it comes to you. This is someone who you walked away from, or they had to walk away from you once upon a time. But they still long for you. No matter the distance or the time that has passed, they still long for you. They're intuitive. They still feel you emotionally and sexually in their own way. Like I said, they still have a longing for you that's never fully exercised. It's never fully left. So yeah, it might be a lover's bond then. When we can still ache for somebody, even at a distance or separation, for whatever reason. There's 1,000 reasons why, especially if you're already in something. If you're soul bonded, you're always going to feel it to some way, to some extent. So yeah, they still ache for you. They still long for you. They still feel you intuitively and sexually in their own way. Okay. I don't know if that helps you at all. Okay. Fell in my lap was L. L. H, I, J. Bird is in reverse. Non-communication. It's not honest. Yeah, I know. Okay. Not very reassuring. Someone here is very intelligent. Intelligent, very intelligent someone is. F, the letter F, the Eiffel Tower. For some of you, that's confirmation. Perhaps you have a very special memory of Paris, France. Perhaps it's a long wanting to, I don't know, honey. It could be a future honeymoon for all I know. I don't know. So I said that, it dropped and it fell out of my hand and it landed on the death card, Scorpio's card. What the hell was that? It was a dream, though. It was a dream that for some of you represents it's over as it touched the death card, but that also means there's the beginning of something new as well. Stronger than before. And who knows? Who knows? Okay, that's why do I keep pulling out the damn charms? W, R, child, confirmation here. There might be a child, children might be involved. Somebody might have a child. I don't know if it's with this person that's exiting, but perhaps your entry person has a child. I don't know. And the bat. Yes, very special. The bat is. It uses sonar, as we know, which is a very specialized skill, having to hone in on one's truth, one's mate, identifying it. It takes a special signal, and that also means being in tune with our other side, and that's no easy thing to do. But you have to trust that you're moving in the right direction, even if you can't see it. You're still honing in on it. Okay? And then for some of you, there's simply a confirmation of bats, or perhaps you live in an area like I do that has a very large population of bats. Okay, that's enough. Cancer honey, put in the comments as you see fit. Congratulations to you. I'm so happy to have seen this breakthrough for you today. I was so happy to capture that on camera. Even if it does me looking a little orgasmic, it was worth it. It was the orgasm worth having. I'm very pleased to see that you finally understood your limits and that you were nursing a dying cup. And having to see that takes you from being a certain level to an upper level. It's not an easy thing. I'm not saying it's fun. Nobody wants to recognize this. But recognizing it, having the nerve to do so, and then doing something about it. I see that at some point in your timeline, there will be a straw that breaks your back. When somebody flat out makes it clear what they expect the relationship to look like, and to be followed through on, and it becomes unacceptable to you. Or you frankly just can't fucking take it anymore. Perhaps there is no conversation. But you can't stop denying the reality. There is no conversation. For some of you, just see it. And for some of you, you see it fully and completely for what it is, beginning next year. Specifically January. And how long it takes to completely do, I don't know. But once it's done, it's done. It's clean. It's clean. You will not be clung to anymore like a barnacle on a boat. And you won't have your strengths and weaknesses used against you anymore. Your love of someone should not be used as a weakness against you to keep you around. That's their flaw, not yours. This is beautiful. I like this. I don't know when. I think I told Pisces something similar. This will have its time and its place. And here's what's sneaky. Or it's not sneaky, but it's funny to me. Is that you know that. And oh boy, don't you feel better in that person's company. You're not playing by yourself anymore, are you? Good times. Good times. Yes. Cancer honey, I'll see you in a couple weeks. The next round of reads will be the 3-month overview. I don't know that I'll see a continuation of this. I'd like to pick up over there. But we'll see what we shall see, yeah? All right. Trust me, other folks have gotten longer readings. That one's not bad. Okay. But in the comments, I do hope this helped you. Congratulations once more. Again, I recognize how difficult this is. You didn't walk into this vortex overnight. You've been slowly, you and your person, whoever this is, you have been stepping in this particular vortex for a long time. It's just when you're taking baby steps or micro steps in an unpleasant direction and neither one of you really wants to look at it or address it, you don't know that you're in the eye of a hurricane until you're actually in it. By then it's like it just seems like you've gone so far and you don't recognize how either one of you got there. You understand? Baby stepping in the wrong direction by two people who don't want to acknowledge it, yeah, you're going to end up finding yourself in very strange places, but unhappy ones too. And you realize you don't want to live there anymore. That's never where you intended to be. And why are they trying to take you there? Okay, if they loved you, they would have let you go. And they would have told you, I love you, but our relationship isn't like that anymore, and I don't think you want to just exist as friends. That's real strength. And it may not be what you want to hear, but it would be real strength and real respect. So think about that. You seem to want to connect to somebody who actually respects you, your energy, what you have to offer, and the love that you have to give. Sex aside. Although what's there doesn't hurt. Oh, no, that seems to set you right on your feet. It's like, that's the best fucking cup of coffee I've ever had in my life. Don't that look good on you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, for some of you, doesn't that look good on you? I don't know why I heard Hazy Shade of Winter. Who was that? Who is that? I don't remember. The Hazy Shade of Winter. I don't remember saying it. I'm sorry. I think it was an 80s girl group. Why am I hearing that so strongly? It's a Hazy Shade of Winter. Yes. I think that song fits well, doesn't it? Anyway, that's enough. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Cancer, doing a good job, and I mean that. Know your worth, know your value, understand what's acceptable. And just because somebody did this to you doesn't mean you have to put up with it or choose it. You have free will. It's on you to recognize it, though. Take care, honey. Love you to pieces. I'll see you in a couple weeks.